Nothing is impossible. If you practice with consistent every single day, you can become fluent in English because this can be easy for you when you practice every single day. So do not worry about it because it's possible for you and you need to practice. I do understand you have already known every single thing in terms of grammar, structure, but when it comes to speaking, you gotta stick. You know why? Because you don't practice, you don't have sentences. That is why I keep making you practice on this channel. So you need to subscribe this channel so that you can get the notification all the time. Okay, so let's begin now. So the first topic would be to a great extent. To a great extent means that something is partly true but not entirely true. That's when you need to use to a great extent. Okay, so let's see some examples here. To a great extent, I like to play games. To a great extent, I enjoy watching movies. To a great extent, I want to learn English. To a great extent, I need to eat breakfast. To a great extent, I hope to travel to Mumbai. To a great extent, I prefer to drink tea. To a great extent, I have to study hard. To a great extent, I can speak English. To a great extent, I should eat healthy food. To a great extent, I disagree with that idea. To a great extent, I like this weather. To a great extent, I dislike loud noise. To a great extent, I believe in honesty. To a great extent, I feel happy today. To a great extent, I feel tired after work. To a great extent, I feel hungry now. To a great extent, I feel cold outside. To a great extent, I feel excited about the party. Next one is, will you take me to? Will you take me to? So let's see some examples using will you take me to. It's interesting, guys. Will you take me to the park? Will you take me to the cinema? Will you take me to the shop? Will you take me to the library? Will you take me to the restaurant? Will you take me to the beach? Will you take me to the doctor? Will you take me to the bus stop? Will you take me to the train station? Will you take me to the airport? Will you take me to the post office? Will you take me to the supermarket? Will you take me to the swimming pool? Will you take me to the museum? Will you take me to the zoo? Will you take me to the hospital? Will you take me to the countryside? Will you take me to the mountains? Will you take me to the river? Let's use I would and then a verb. Okay, so let's see some examples here as well. I would like a coffee, please. I would prefer to go to cinema. I would rather eat pizza than pasta. I would choose the red dress. I would like to visit Paris one day. I would give you a lift to the station. I would open the door for you. I would make a sandwich for you. I would say that it's a good movie. I would agree with you on that point. I would disagree with your opinion. I would think that's a good idea. I would imagine it's a quite difficult. I would play football when I was young. I would go swimming every summer. I would visit my grandparents on Sundays. I would watch cartoons in the morning. I would eat ice cream for dessert. I would like to ask you a questions. I would like to know the time, please. Next one is, she is in the habit of. She is in the habit of, and then you need to put a verb or it could be any object, such as she is in the habit of biting her nails. She is in the habit of talking to herself. She is in the habit of forgetting things. She is in the habit of losing her keys. She is in the habit of being late. She is in the habit of coming. She is in the habit of worrying. She is in the habit of daydreaming. She is in the habit of helping others. She is in the habit of saving money. Next one is in a jiffy. In a jiffy means very quickly or immediately. That's when you use in a jiffy. Let's see some examples. I will be back in a jiffy. I will be back in a jiffy. She can finish her homework in a jiffy. The magician disappeared in a jiffy. The robot cleaned the room in a jiffy. He fixed the bike in a jiffy. The light turned on in a jiffy. The door opened in a jiffy. The coffee was ready in a jiffy. The cake was baked in a jiffy. The child fell asleep in a jiffy. By all accounts means according to what people say. According to what people say, that's when you can use by all accounts. Okay, so by all accounts, it should be a beautiful day tomorrow. By all accounts, it should be a challenging task. By all accounts, it should be a delicious meal. By all accounts, it should be an exciting game. By all accounts, it should be an interesting film. By all accounts, it should be a long journey. By all accounts, it should be a popular place to visit. By all accounts, it should be a quiet neighborhood. By all accounts, she should be talented musician. She should be a talented musician. By all accounts, she should be a kind and generous person. Preposition in with sentences. In the hospital, you go to see a doctor if you are sick. In the classroom, students learn from their teachers. In the playground, children play games and have fun. In a restaurant, you can order food to eat. In a cafe, you can get coffee, tea, and snacks. In a movie theater, you watch movies on a big screen. In a shop, you can buy clothes, shoes, and other things. In a taxi, you can pay the driver to take you somewhere. In a train, you can travel long distances quickly. In an airplane, you can fly to other countries.